Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Sri Banerjee, Certified Astrologer, and in this segment I wanted to go over a sample natal chart for individuals that may have a birthday on May 5th. So let's go ahead and get started. Some important things that happen during a birthday. This is actually a solar birthday, not a lunar birthday in many cultures. You use the moon to make the determination of what the date is of the birthday. This is something called a solar return. So this is the precise time that the sun is actually on this and the same degree and same minutes as in your natal chart. So what is interesting is that the time and the date of your birth it actually changes during the solar return. Of course, there's some leap years and other things that kind of change what the time is. So the precise time that the sun comes back to its origin is this year. It's May 4th, 2024. And that was at 7:25 a.m. Even though the actual birthday is in May 5th. So enough about the explanation of what is going on in the heavens. Now let's see what this means. So the first thing, of course, even in a chart that I make for Hori astrology, is to look at the sun, look at the moon, and look at the ascendant, and then we can go over some of the aspects and houses that are there. So the ascendant is Gemini. That's an air sign. The ruler is Mercury, and Mercury is right here in the 11th house. So a lot of this will be understanding how to communicate with others, and what the presence will be in terms of the next year. So more communication will aid in improvement and throughout the year. So that's important. The other thing that's important, let's go to the sun and the moon. Of course, sun is in Taurus, is in the natal chart, so that remains there. And of course, in the natal chart, the ruler of sun is of Taurus is Venus. That's interesting because the sun and the Venus are actually conjunct with each other, and that means that the characteristics of Venus, the appreciation of love and other things, are kind of connected to sun. Connected to the sun due to the conjunction. However, and I wasn't going to go over the house. However, when you're looking at some of these, you want to make sure to include the meaning of the house. Any other house in this chart would be more of a place where people can see what is going on. However, the 12th house, where the sun and the Venus are conjunct, is a hidden house, and that means that some of the things that are associated and understood about the phenomenon of death and rebirth is in this area. And so any profession that goes into some of these areas, what I mean by shadow areas, like of course prisons and some of the other places, perhaps nursing homes, any place that's institutionalized, there's a deeper and greater understanding, even the understanding of death and rebirth. So what's fueling all of this is Jupiter and Uranus. So having to be kind of thinking outside of the box and understanding how to grapple with what is in the 12th house. There's a major element that goes in the 12th house. Now, the moon is not only in Pisces. That means that the ruler of, this is something we're seeing, the ruler of Pisces is Neptune being right next to the moon. So some of the emotions and some of the understanding of that is diluted by and has a dreamy aspect with Neptune right next to it. Typically, personal planets with Neptune sometimes creates unnecessary confusion, and when you have Mars right next to it, the catalyst of Mars is not able to drive this as strongly as it could be. Now, what is the positive about the 11th house and Mercury being in there as well is that this is more about social networking, understanding how you relate to others, and understanding and even in career, because 10th house is career, 11th house is understanding how you can collaborate with others to make a more important and have a better understanding of what the person is. Um, of course, Saturn is stabilizing the 11th house, so that amplifies what takes place there. So what is interesting, just to sum everything up, is that a lot of the personal planets are in the 11th house, and of course Mercury aids in this due to communication and relating to other social networking. And of course this is the 11th and 12th house. 12th house is more the understanding death and shadow, and so everything is crowded in here, and kind of correlates and relates to one another. I hope this has made some sense. Thank you for listening.